Hello and welcome to a tutorial on making magnets or push pins at home. This is a super easy project that you're going to love. You can do it with your kids or just on a rainy day by yourself. And you can make a variation of different products. So you could either do a magnet or a push pin, or you can even do a garden stick. And you can use any medium really that you want. You can use glitter or cardstock, newspaper, magazine, pictures, or something that you design yourself or stickers. And you can do it with magnets, push pins, tacks, anything that you happen to have on hand. So the supplies you're going to probably want is some kind of glue. I prefer E6000 myself. I use that on jewelry projects, but you can also use a hot glue gun or Mod Podge or nail polish even. And you can get creative. I used paint sticks to create garden stakes. The magnets and glass cabochons I will put a link to. Those are from Amazon. They were about $10 and there's 24 in a set. They are relatively small, so you might opt for a bigger marble. You can buy them bigger, or you can actually just buy Floral Supply glass, which is actually what's in the bag behind the sticks. And I'm just showing right here. The paint sticks were, I think, about 99 cents at Lowe's for like 6 of them. So if you want to do garden stakes and you're willing to, you have to clip the bottoms. So I clip them with a little, like a, like a wire snip. And here's the glass cabochons that are part of the Floral Supply uh, products that you can buy from like Michael's or Hobby Lobby. And then a Q-tip if you need to clean some of the excess glue off. Okay, so here is the kit that you would get if you want to do the same ones that I'm using. And it's kind of nice because it comes with the magnets, and the magnets are almost the size of the glass. Or if you want to, you can go to Walmart and buy just magnets separately, which I also have those too. And then scissors, and then as I'm showing here, I just used like a catalog, jewelry catalog, to find some kind of cool jewelry pictures and a couple other catalogs that I was just going to throw away anyways. So you can also get, magazines or something a little heavier if you want to do cardstock. That works really good too. And just browse through and find something that you think looks cool. And you're going to take your glass, and once you find an image that you like, just put it over there, over the magazine, and then see how you think it looks. And I will say that it is easy to use a magazine, but you can certainly get a little bit more creative if you want to do. One thing I tried was aluminum foil, and I also used some different nail polishes with just a plain background, and that came out pretty cool too. So don't feel like you can only use magazine, you can use whatever. And I was thinking I might actually use photographs to make personalized ones for gifts at some point. So the process is pretty simple, and what I like to do if I am using a magazine is just clip out the image to make it a little bit smaller and easier to work with. And then we're just going to take the stone, the glass stone, and position it, kind of see how you want it to sit. I like to clean it off a little bit first too, just in case there's any fingerprints on there. And then I'm using the E6000, whatever glue you want to use should be fine. Just make sure it's something that's clear, that dries clear. And just put a little drop in the middle. Don't put too much because you don't want it, it will squeeze out a little bit anyways, but you don't want it to be, completely messy. So just a little drop in the middle, and then, depending on how much you squish it down, will kind of determine if it's going to ooze out of the sides. And so I like to spin it. So I push it down a little bit and then I spin it just to make sure that it is getting all the way up to the edges. So you don't really want to leave any areas dry because those are going to flap off and have the potential to maybe make the magnet or tack pull off the backing. And right here, I think I'm just setting it on something so that it doesn't bleed through, because it will leak a little bit. The glue will come back through the backside. So you do want to have it on like a newspaper or some kind of thing so that you're not going to glue it to the table. Okay, and we're gonna let that sit and dry depending on the glue that you're using. Usually about an hour is probably good. And we'll come back and cut off the edges after about an hour. So here I was just showing that you could also do some kind of writing if you're good at calligraphy, not to say that I am, but I just wanted to name my carrots. So I'm making markers for my garden that I'm gonna start. And so in order to identify, what I've planted, I'm writing down the vegetable, um, in this case, carrots. And so that will be one of my markers. I just wanted to kind of show you the alternate processes that you can try. So there is the writing, and the pen I'm using dries pretty quickly, so I just went ahead and glued it. Normally you'd probably want to wait until that's completely dry. And again, the same process, which I can probably just speed it up so you can just see me doing this uh, in some different avenues, but same thing, just put a bead of glue and then smash it onto the paper, spin it, and let it dry. Okay, and I'm just speeding this up, but going through a few more images so you can see same process, and um, a couple times I get a little excess, and so I'm using a Q-tip to clean that up a little bit. Just finding the spot I want on the page and then gluing it. And then setting those to the side. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and attach our carrots. So it's the same process really that we did to put the paper on. Just going to put a bead of glue, spin it, make sure it's well distributed, and give it a pretty good smash and let it sit. You're probably going to want them to sit for about 24 hours to completely dry. And the magnet process is pretty much the same. So doing the same thing here. And then the piece that I did kind of skip over was the cutting. So we're going to trim the excess paper. I actually had to do it twice because I'm not patient and I didn't let it sit long enough. So it was the glue was kind of getting all over my scissors. So you can see I'm kind of getting to the edge and then didn't want to hit the glue. So it's kind of sloppy and I'll have to come back over, which I do here. I'll come back over and do a better job trimming and then go around the back, make sure I'm trimming all the little points off. So ideally you want to use a nice pair of sharp scissors. The ones that I'm using are kind of dull and had glue all over them, so I'm not getting that very clean back edge, but that's fine. For me, I'm just making them for my family. If you're making them to sell them, you probably want to do a better job on making them look professional. And so here I am just using tacks, and we're going to do the same process that we did with the magnet, but just glue a little bead onto the back of the glass and place the tack on top of that. Give it a little smash, a little swirl, and you can see I kind of just try to center it as good as I can. One thing is the magnets and the tacks will sometimes slide a little bit, so you just want to reposition them while they're still kind of tacky. Usually that's like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes in. Just check and see if they've moved or shifted. Another word of warning, the magnets, if you set them too close together, I noticed with the ones I bought from Amazon, they're very strong. They will actually attract each other and they kind of pulled off from the backing. So just be careful when you put them down on the table or wherever you're setting them, that they're not too close together. Okay, and I am just going back over and repositioning. This one's a little off center, so you can see I'm just moving it while it's still tacky. And that is really all there is to it. It's so simple, fun, and easy to do. I think you guys are going to love it, and I hope that this has given you the inspiration to try. So here's the finished products, and they actually look even better in person. But yeah, really, really easy, great project. Thanks so much for watching and hope you enjoyed the tutorial.